This is a little different than what a lot of us have heard. It's talking about getting us to a point where you sit down with the whispers in your own heart and your own soul, not what you think intellectually about what Jesus did or didn't do. When you sit down and you listen to the word that has already been spoken to you, what God has already said to you, and some of you know, even if you try to go, I don't really believe in that, I don't think that, you know, when you lay down at night, there's this still small whisper that you can't get away from. That's what I want you to listen to. That's what I want you to hear. That's what he's asking. He's like, don't say in your heart, let me try to figure this out or rationalize this or do this. I want you to listen in your heart. I want you to hear what he is saying because you have been made by him and for him, and he is calling you to himself. He says, whoever says with their mouth, Jesus is Lord, and here's how I've practiced this in my life. This isn't just the one-time thing when you come to him as a follower of Christ and you sort of enter into that relationship and you get your magic band in the beginning. This is how you become along the way, to confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. I put this in my journal over and over again. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. I want to confess this over and over again. And you know what I realize? There are places in my life where he's not Lord. There are thought patterns. There are things that I hold on to and go, God, I'm going to hold on to this because eventually this is going to serve me really well. And he's asking us, do we trust him enough to make him Lord of every single part of your life? And here's this is so important. I'm going to close with this. Basically what happens is it helps me to listen. It helps me be attentive. It helps me be willing. And here's how you're going to understand Jesus as the center. It's when you meet Jesus in the center, when you allow him to meet you in your center. The place where you know that whisper is, the place where you know those questions are, the place where you know those inadequacies reside, the place where you know that those sort of secret sins, the fear, the anxiety, where those things kind of hide, to listen to him there and to make those declarations, Jesus is Lord. You will be set free. It's what he does. Most of us don't experience this because we spend so much of our time trying to figure out how we're supposed to work or what we're supposed to do or how this is going to work, instead of just trusting the King to let his kingdom come to bear on our lives right where we are.